Hello, welcome to a new series. Finally got around to starting some data packs. Okay, well we're in 1.21 and this is obviously episode 1. In this series we're not going to start off easy and then get harder and harder slowly. I'm just going to throw out episodes as I come up with them. So some might be super simple, like how to do a predicate for crawling. Some might be a little bit harder. As I say, no order at all. It's been a long time coming. Let's finally get on with it. Right, so that's like the series introduction. That's what we're going to be doing. Let's do an episode introduction. What are we doing in this episode? Well, we're going to start off my first pack. So we're basically going to start from nothing, and we're going to get something that's working with a ticking function and a load function, and we're just going to have a little bit of a look. So hopefully at the end of this, you've got something you go, hey, actually, that wasn't too hard. This works. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a bit of alt tabbing. So I'm going to be going from inside Minecraft and I'm going to be jumping to VS Code, which is where we're going to be typing our commands. I'll put a link in the description to download that. Okay, so we'll be going from here and to here. So let's start. I've made myself a world. Here it is. It's beautiful. It's going to look very empty. And I've called my world, I think I called it 1.21 Datapack Lab. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press escape. I'm going to go to options. I'm going to go to resource packs. I'm going to open the pack folder. Here we go. So I'm in my resource packs for this world. And I'm just going to drop down to Minecraft. There we go. And just underneath resource packs, we can see my saves. So let's go to saves. And there's a few worlds. I'm in 121 Datapack Lab. That's the world I'm in. So I'm going to go in there. And here we can see data packs. I'm going to go in there. And I'm going to make a folder for my new data pack. Now this can contain spaces and uppercase. So let's do a new folder. I'm going to call it Infernal Device YouTube 001 my fist. This is a bad start. My first pack. There we go. That's what I'm going to call it. And then I'm just going to close that. Job done. And we'll press done and we'll go back into Minecraft. Right. Now, let's get started. We're going to switch over to VS Code. So I'm just going to press T and I'm going to Alt Tab back to VS Code. So I'm running it. Here it is. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here on the left to extensions and I'm going to install syntax -, or hyphen if you prefer. Oh, there it is, syntax-mcfunction. Okay, I'm going to install that. And that's just going to highlight a few of the different syntax for us. As you can see, there's a demonstration down here what it does. Now, there was a better version, but it's not been updated to 1.21, so we can't use it. So this is what I'm using. If you know of a better version, let me know. I would love to have a better one than this. But you can see we've got the set block data tell raw, different colors to the other stuff. So that's going to help us a bit. Right, now let's go back to the Explorer up in the top left here. And I can close this extension thing here. Let's just close that window. Right, I'm going to open folder. Oh, okay. Now, I know where that is. So it's on C drive. It's going to be in the users. It's going to be in your username. It's going to be in the app data. It's going to be in roaming. It's going to be in Minecraft. And it's going to be saves. There's my save, Datapack Lab, and in Datapacks. Right, so we've gone back to that folder we've just made. I'm going to open that. And I'm going to go down here and say add. Hey, okay, so we've got a file name, a folder name. And everything we make for our Datapack is going to go in here. So we're going to need some folders. So the first folder I'm going to put in here, new folder, and I'm going to say data, enter. Now, inside data, I am going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it Minecraft. Enter. I'm going to stop saying enter every time. Let's make a new folder in Minecraft, and we'll call it tags. And we'll make a new folder in tags, and we'll call it function. Okay. So that's a start. Now, I want my own commands and things. I'm going to put them inside data. So I'm going to right click on data again here. New folder, and I'm going to call it ID YouTube. Now we can't have capital letters or spaces in this, and we're on episode 001, so that makes sense. And then inside there, I'm going to make a new folder called function. Done. Right, we have our basic folders set up. See, this is pretty simple, isn't it? Now we need to add some extra stuff. So the most important thing is probably the pack.mcmeta, and that has to go in our root folder. So if I click on that and say new file, and I'm going to call it pack.mcmeta. And we can see here on the right, it's actually opened that for me. Wonderful. Now you want to check that's in the right place. If I shrink down this data here, there we go. I should have pack.mcmeta underneath the data. We don't want it in the data folder. It should be like that. So let's expand that again. And we're going to go across into our pack.mcmeta, and we're going to create the file, the information we need. So we're going to open some curly brackets, and then we're going to say pack, and after pack, colon, and we're going to open some curly brackets. Nice, and we want a pack format and a description. So we're going to have two things. Let's have pack format, and if you're making a data pack for 1.21, the format number you need is 48, and we're going to have another entry, so we need a comma, and we're going to have a description. And this is going to be what my pack's called. So let's call it Infernal Device YouTube 001, my first pack. Okay, now that is basically done. Look what happens if we remove this. We can remove that. It's not going to tell us anything's wrong, but that won't work. We definitely have to have that. Now, we've got a little circle up there next to pack.mcmeta. That means we've got unsaved changes. So I'm going to press Control S, and I saved that. Cool. But what we could do now is we could go back to Minecraft, and let's see if we can see that pack. So every time we make changes, we're going to have to do a reload. There's our reload, and let's do data pack list, and let's well, we can see it there. There it is. File ID YT001 my first pack. Cool. So it's found it. It's recognized it. We like that. Let's go back to VS Code. Okay, now we're going to need, let's do a load function. So for this we're going to need a JSON file. So we'll go to Minecraft tags function, and we'll create a new file in there, and we're going to call it load.json. Okay, and it's opened it for us automatically, and let's create this file. Again, we'll start with opening some curly brackets, and we're going to have, oh, it's all gone red because it's saying, hey, there's something wrong here. I don't like what you've done. We'll do some values, and our values will be little list. And we want a list of functions that are going to run when the data pack loads. So, well, we don't have any functions yet, but let's make one in a minute. So we'll make one, and we'll call IDYT001 colon. Now that IDYT001 is looking at this folder here. Okay. And that colon sort of represents slash function. So let's give this a name. I'm going to call it load as well. You can call it whatever you like, but I'm going to call it load. Okay. And we've got the little circle, so we better Control S to save that file. So IDYT001, that's here. Then we go into function, and I create a new file, and I'll call it load, same name I used. And this will be an mcfunction file. And it's opened it for us. And we're just going to do something really simple. We'll say, hi, I have loaded, and Control S to make sure you save it. Always look out for those little circles. If you're not saving something, obviously you go back to test it. It's not going to work. Right, so we have our load.json, which is looking in IDYT001 functions, and and in function it's looking for load, which we have, and inside load, I have loaded. So this would be a good place if you wanted scoreboards. You could set up all your scoreboards here as well. Let's go over back to Minecraft and do a reload. Reload. I have loaded. Cool. So our data pack has loaded. It's not done anything. It's literally just said I have loaded, and that's it. So we can put stuff in there now. That's working. Let's go back to the data pack. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. Let's make this a little bit bigger. How's that? I think that's probably going to be a little bit easier for you. Okay. Now let's have a tick function. So we could make our own, but the tick.json is pretty much exactly the same as the load.json. So I'm just going to click on it, and I do Control Copy, Control V, and now I've got load copy. And I'm going to press F2 on that, or right click, rename. And I'm going to change that to tick. Now these two JSONs do have to have these names. It has to be load.json and it has to be tick.json. Now our tick.json is going to point to, let's call it tick because that makes sense. You could call it tick monster if you wanted. This name doesn't matter. This name's up to you. I'm going to keep it with tick. Okay. And we're going to go to our load function. And I'm just going to copy that as well. Actually, no, let's make a new one. Let's do function, new file, tick.mcfunction. Let's spell it correctly. A spelling mistake here can throw you right off. There's our tick function. And let's do tell raw at all players who have the tag spam me. And we'll just do a little tell raw. We'll say text equals I am spamming you. Okay, and make sure we save that. And if I look at my tick.json, I can see it's got that little dot on it, which means I haven't saved it. So let's go back there and do a Control S on that one to save that one. Okay, so let's look at tick function. If we have the tag spam me, it should spam me. So let's go back. Make sure we do the reload. I have loaded. Okay, let's give ourselves that tag. Tag myself, add spam me, and I'm getting spammed. Certainly seems to be working. This is all good. Let's remove that tag. Cool. So already, pretty easy. You've got a data pack which is working. You can add whatever commands you want to it. Let's do a bit more though. Let's get some other basic stuff out of the way. So we'll pop back into VS Code. Now I don't particularly want to be spammed, and that's a useless command. So I am going to put a little hash symbol in front of that, and that is now a comment. Now comments obviously don't get processed, so they're just there to sort of like, this function is to give a player some spammy messages, which is useless, but you can see how comments are going to be useful if you've got lots of stuff. So hash at the beginning of the line will make the line a comment. What else can we do? Let's make another function. So let's make a new file. Let's call it give diamond.mcfunction. And in this function, I am literally going to do give. Now I'm going to use @p diamond. Okay. And let's make sure we save that. Save that. And our tick function, we didn't save either. We've got the white dot, so let's save that. Let's close some of these down. We don't need to load JSON or the tick.json or the mcmeta. Let's close, get a bit of space. Let's get rid of load. Let's get rid of tick. So this is going to give the nearest player a diamond. But now a data pack by default will execute at the spawn of the world. So this is going to give the nearest player to the world spawn a diamond, which I'm the only player is going to be me. But that's not really a very good way of doing it. But let's see what happens. Let's go back to the world. So we are saved. We are saved. Let's go back to the world. Here we are. Let's do a bit of F5 so you stop staring at me. I'll get shy. Okay. Now we can do function. Now I don't see that function in my list. Why? Because we didn't do a reload. So let's do reload. There we go. And now let's try function. There it is. Now we've got it. And I can run that myself. And it's going to give the nearest player to spawn a diamond, which is me. I got a diamond. Well, what we can do is we can also put that into a command block. There we go. So that command block is now going to run every command inside that function. So you can see we can have hundreds of commands inside that function and then only one command block to run it. So that's pretty nice. Let's go back to VS Code. So at P is not great. We could do at S. So who is at S? Now I think a good way of demonstrating this is if we just do say hello. So we've got a very simple command there, say hello. And what we'll do is we'll pop back into the world. We will remember to reload. And I will run that myself. So still called give diamond. Let's run it. Now we can see that if I do F3 and D, clear the chat, I will run it. It says infernal device hello. Well, we're running function ID. Well, we don't want that every time. So let's see if we can get rid of that with a game rule. Game rule, command block output false. F3D. Let's run that command again. Oh, well, okay, it's still showing it to me. Okay. Let's see if we got a. Let's do send command feedback false. Is it this one? F3D. Okay, send command feedback. That got rid of that annoying message. So say hi, and it's picking me. So I ran the command, therefore I say hello. If the command block runs the command, we can see we've got a little @ symbol, a little snail. The command block saying hello. Or if we go back, we could have the server run that command. So if we put that in the load function, in fact, yeah, we see we've got say I have loaded. Okay, so let's go back and we'll reload. And you'll see server I have loaded. So that @s is the person who's running the command. So now that's going to catch you out maybe if we look at the give diamond and we do give @s a diamond. And we'll save that. And what we'll also do, we might as well copy that, and I'm going to put it into the load function as well. I have loaded give @s a diamond and save that. Let's pop back and reload. And I'm going to remove my diamonds. In fact, I'm just going to remove everything. There we go. And let's do reload. Now server said I've loaded, but no, I didn't get a diamond. So the server's tried to give a diamond to itself, which is obviously pointless. So it's just ignored that really. So we don't want to be doing that. Now the command block is going to try and give a diamond to itself. Kind of pointless again. But if I run the command, I get a diamond because I am the person executing the command. Therefore, I am the @s. Now we can change that. So here's the command block running the function. But we could execute as nearest player. Run. So now we're executing as the nearest player to the command block. And we're going to run the function give diamond. Done. And now I get the diamonds. Okay, so what's that doing? We are running this function here. And we're executing it as the nearest player to the command block, which was me. So therefore, all commands that we have in here that have @s, that will be me, because I am the one nearest the command block at the beginning. So it keeps its context for all these commands. We can just do give @s, tell raw @s, and it'll all be the person specified at the beginning of that command block, which is pretty nice. We could make this function run another function. So how about what we'll do is we'll press save on this one. we'll go to the load function, and instead of giving ourselves a diamond, let's actually function id yt 001 give diamond. Let's run that function. So it's going to load, it's going to check in here to load, it's going to say I should run the load function, it's going to come to the load function, it's going to say I have loaded, then it's going to say I should run the give diamond function, it's going to go to the give diamond function, and it's going to try, oh, looks like it's going to try and give itself the diamond. Okay, so let's go back to the load, and let's add an execute as, let's say all players. Execute as all players, run function. So when this loads, all players should get a diamond. Okay, let's save that. And we'll go back to the game. Let's clear my inventory, F3D, clear the chat, and we'll do reload. And I'm expecting to get a diamond. Yay, there we go. So what it's done is it's just executed as all players who are currently on the server, giving them a diamond. Nice. Normally you wouldn't want to be doing that in the load function because maybe someone hasn't joined the world yet. I don't know. This is just showing that you can call other functions from other functions. So let's remove that. Okay, let's get rid of the load and let's go back to give diamond. So let's give diamond, and let's also, we'll give an emerald, and we will give at S, I think of something else, let's have a gold block. Okay, that seems all right. If those names are correct, let's press save, and let's go back to the world. Now I think you pretty much guess what's going to happen. Make sure we do the reload. I almost forgot. Press the button. We got the diamond, we got the emerald, we got the gold block. Pretty self-explanatory. But if we make a mistake, so let's say give S gold blocks. Now that's not a valid block, so this shouldn't be a valid command anymore. So we've broken this one command here. Let's go back. And let's reload. And let's press the button. And I got nothing. We only broke one command, but I didn't get the diamond and I didn't get the emerald either. And the problem here is that if any command in a function is incorrect, the entire function will not run. So just breaking this one command breaks the entire function. Do keep that in mind, because what you might find is you're in your world and you try to do function and my function's not on the list. It's not even there. It doesn't even show up. Minecraft is just like, no, you've got a mistake in there. I'm not even going to show it to you. You are not allowed to look at it. Fair enough. Okay. So if you have a function that's not showing up, the chances are one of the commands in there is wrong. So let's fix that. Boink. S, we fixed it. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's do function. And we've got the give diamond function back again. Okay. Anything else we can do? We've done a few folders. We've got a tick working. We've got a load working. We've looked at the syntax extension. I think we'll probably call it there for now. We've got a data pack that works. It is set up and in a nice, easy way. Nothing hard about it, and we can just start adding commands to it. One of the easiest ways to use it is literally just, well, I want a string of command blocks. I want to give them a hat. Maybe you want to give them a kit, some sort of warrior kit. I want to give them a full set of armor. So what's that? Helmet. So I want to give them a helmet. I want to give them a chest plate. I want to give them leggings. I want to give them boots. I want to give them a sword. I want to give them a shield. What? If you're using a data pack, you don't need to do that. You get rid of all of these. We pop over here. Give diamond, we use the same function. We just go here. Give diamond helmet. Now broken command. We'll give the diamond helmet. Let's do home, copy. We'll do diamond chest plate. We'll do diamond leggings. We'll do diamond boots. We'll do a diamond sword. We'll Control S to save it. We'll go back to the world. And we now have a basic. Oh, we didn't do reload. So easy to forget to do the reload. Okay, let's clear the inventory and press the button. There we go. We've got one command block, which gives us a full kit. Takes up a lot less space. And if you have any problems, you can just take the Datapack out of the folder and your world will load properly. So if you're in a teleport loop, no problem at all. Doesn't matter. I could be teleporting now. In fact, let's do that. Let's get a function. New file. Give loop.mcfunction. Okay, and I am going to TP. What should we do? This says TP at S. And how do we teleport them? So let's pick some coordinates. 0, 56, 0, 57, 0. Okay, let's save that. So that's a pretty bad function to get caught in. Let's go back here. Let's make sure we do the reload. Let's get ourselves a command block. Let's put a button on it. Let's execute as the nearest player. Run function loop. We'll call it loop. And if I press that, I teleported. Okay. Well, what if I was playing around and this was actually a repeating, always active command block and I am stuck? I cannot move at all, and that would be a bit of a pain to fix, but we've got a Datapack, so all we do is we just go back to the Datapack and we can just change the command here. We could just break this command. We've just put a full stop at the beginning and break the command. We could comment out that, save it, go back, reload it, and I'm free. And we can go back over here and we can change this command. Well, we don't need to change this command because we've already changed it. So this is very useful for not getting caught inside horrible loops like that. Datapacks have lots of advantages. Okay. Now, let's say you've finished your Datapack. I know, we're jumping ahead a bit. Let's go to our Datapack folder. So let's do escape, options, resource packs, and open the pack folder. And we'll go back to Minecraft. We'll go into saves. We'll go into our Datapack lab. That's the world I'm currently in. Into Datapacks. Okay, so if I wanted to give this to a friend, we could just copy that directory. Or better, we can go into that directory and copy these two bits here. And I'm just going to add them to a zip file. And, oh, it's opened on my other window. There we go. Okay. And there is my Datapack. So I would take this. Let's take it out. I will then take this my first pack.zip and give that to my friend, and they just drop it into their saves folder in the Datapack directory, and they've got my Datapack. Super easy. Super easy. Okay, let's delete that. We don't want two packs the same. Cool. There we go. I think we'll probably end it there. We've done a little bit. Let's press done. Let's get back out. There we go. Let's get rid of those. Tidy up, and let's clear the inventory. So we've done a little bit. You've managed to get yourself... Hello? There I am. There's the back of my head. You've got your first pack. You know how to make a ticking function. You know how to make a loading function. I'll tell you what, actually. One more thing. Maybe... Let's go back to VS Code. Maybe you want two loading functions or two ticking functions. So let's go and copy this load function and let's rename it to load2. So we're going to say I have loaded and I have loaded as well. Not much difference. So now we've got load, I have loaded, load2, I have loaded as well. Let's go to our load.json, and I'm going to copy that. Copy. Pop one down there. Oh, it's red. Because we've got 2 entries, it's going to want that comma. There we go. And we'll put load2. And now basically it's just going to say, oh, okay, you want me to run function load and you want me to run function load too. That's no problem. Let's go back to the world. Let's do a reload. I have loaded as well. Cool. You've got a working Datapack. You can add to that whatever you will. Now, obviously, this is just the first episode, so this is really for the beginners, just to get themselves something that's working. So what I will be doing in the future, let's go back to VS Code. Pretty much all episodes from now on will be starting with, let me get rid of diamond function, delete that one. Actually, I'll leave it there, but pretty much everything will have a load, a tick, and the load tick.jsons. And that's where we're starting. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope it's all okay. Give me some feedback on it. Let me know how it was. I'm assuming that we've got the text quite nice and big so you can read it, which is cool. If you're on a phone, I don't know what I can do about that. I can't keep zooming in and out all the time. That would just be crazy. But feedback is always welcome. And we'll see how we go. I'll try and release another one in a few days, and we'll maybe do something simple again, maybe just a predicate or something like that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to zip up this as it is now. So it will have all this stuff. Let's keep both of these in here. Let's put this in here, load and load2. It's red. Don't forget we need our comma. Let's save that. That'll do. Give diamond is there. Loop is there. But yeah, I'll just zip this up. It's going to be uploaded to Planet Minecraft, which is, I think, probably the easiest thing for me to do. Then if you want to, you can just download the entire data pack from there. Cool. Okay. In that case, we are done. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.